And hang on.
Yeah, sorry, forgot to.
The microphone's
They can
on.
even see me doing it too.
Yeah. G'day, and
G'day.
welcome to episode 13.
Yes, we got it. We actually talked about this before we started.
We figured out which episode we're doing. So
Yeah.
episode 13 of Patio Down Under.
Yes. G'day, Ada.
There you go, mate.
Good, mate. How are you?
Oh, yeah,
That's good.
back again.
Yes, we are. Here
Excited?
again. Yes.
Excited?
Yes, we're not far away now.
Every now and then
Is it
we
15 days?
have 14. It's
Oh, yes.
today's Friday.
Yeah.
Today's
14,
Friday.
14 days.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. Actually, was I supposed to mention what day?
Is it 14?
Yeah, 14.
14 days.
Yeah, because we changed it to a Friday night flight.
Did we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
'Cause of-
Because of your fears.
Because of my fear.
We're taking care of his fears.
Yeah. So Aussies listening will know.
Yeah.
We have a budget airline in Australia, Jetstar. They do international flights as well.
So if you're listening to Jetstar, I actually had no problem with it.
Fuck you, Jetstar. if
I
you're
was
listening.
like, just go with it.
Fuck you.
It's going to work out.
No, fuck them.
But no,
Okay, so I'll go through my history. So
this wasn't in our itinerary.
I know, but let's, it's probably going to be a short podcast, this one, so let's drag it out again.
Well, I'm just going to tell you, it's a budget airline.
Yes, correct. It's a budget airline. Yep. But fuck them anyway. So back in, look, I'm going to throw out 2016, I think it was. I may have told this story, I don't know, but I had a flight booked
Yes.
for Thailand, and I was flying over for my birthday. I was going to be I was going to be in Thailand for my birthday. I had food and a cake and everything organised for my party.
I know I've heard this story a million times,
Yep.
but I keep forgetting the timeline and how it all worked out.
Yep. So I was actually due to arrive the night before my birthday. Hang on, the night before my birthday. And so
That was a big sigh there.
yeah, it's a big sigh. So I was due to fly out
It's really affected him this one.
in the afternoon. I forget the timelines too, to be honest, because I'm an old cunt and it's fucking 8 years ago or something, 7 years ago. But so anyway, long story short, Jetstar delayed the flight,
Yeah.
then delayed it again,
Yeah.
then cancelled my flight to Thailand.
Yep.
This is like a day or so before my birthday. So they said, sorry, folks, you won't be able to fly out until tomorrow, the next day at like 6 o'clock or something it was in the morning. And I said, well, fuck that, I'm not having that. So I ended up booking a flight over on Thai Airways, paid fucking ridiculous dollars for it. Got over there. By the time I got over there, got down to Pattaya, I'd missed my birthday. So thank you for that, Jetstar. So go fuck yourselves. Exactly a year later,
I'm with you, Jetstar. It's all good.
exactly a year later to the day, because it was my birthday, and you will remember this, not Thailand related, but again, Jetstar related. Myself, my three brothers, including Steve-O, and our mum flew to Sydney for our cousin's funeral.
I'm going to tell you the positive of this story, but keep going.
There is no positive.
Yeah, okay, keep going.
And the funeral just so happened to be on my birthday. So Dad was sick, he couldn't travel. Mum didn't want to be away from Dad too long, so we planned to fly up in the morning, fly home that night, do the funeral, whatever. Like again, as did we check in? We checked in. The flight was delayed by about 20 minutes.
Yeah, I've still got videos on my phone of the lightning and thunderstorms outside.
So we checked in.
Not
The flight,
inside, obviously.
the flight was delayed 20 minutes, and in that 20 minutes that it was delayed, a freak storm whizzed through the airport,
I know, I've still got...
shut the airport down.
I know.
So Sydney Airport closed the airport.
They did get one Virgin flight out, if you remember.
I can't remember.
It was just before the storm, and there was a lot of people in the Jetstar queue trying to get on that flight.
Yeah. So the storm ripped through in about 15 minutes, and then it was gone, and they opened the airport up again. But
I thought they kept it closed.
No, in that 15, 20 minutes was when our flight was supposed to take off, so it got cancelled. And we weren't entitled to a refund or anything because it wasn't Jetstar's fault, because it was Sydney Airport closed the airport.
All right.
So you remember, we've gone to the counter to see when we can get on the next plane, and they've gone, oh, you can get one tomorrow afternoon at 5 o'clock. Our mum was beside herself because Dad wasn't well and he was home on his own. So we ended up hiring a car.
And had a great drive back together.
Fucking anyway.
That's the positive. Like we, like
it wasn't a.
it was.
Anyway.
It was painful, but
And then
it was. We sat in the car and it was an adventure, and you know that. It was a great drive back.
If you're listening, Jetstar, we went to Sydney again because we have relatives in Sydney. So we went to Sydney again recently for a wedding. I don't know why you're laughing. This is not fucking funny.
You know how many times this has happened to me on Jetstar?
Never.
Never.
It's happened to me 4 times.
Yeah, well, maybe I shouldn't be flying with you.
So, yeah, off to Sydney. And I wake up in the morning, flying up to Sydney in the morning of the wedding. I look at my phone. I've got a text message from Jetstar. Guess what, listeners? They cancelled my flight. So I had to rush to the airport and jump on a Qantas flight. Anyway, coming home the Monday after the wedding, got up at 4 a.m. for a piss. Got up, just so happened to look at my phone. There was a text message. They'd cancelled my fucking flight home. So I was ropeable. Anyway, I don't want to bore you with all the bullshit, but I've been fucked around. So I came home, I said to Steve-O, we're going to Thailand on Jetstar. Oh, I'm not fucking flying over there on Jetstar. We are booking a one-way trip with Thai Airways.
We had a return flight booked with Jetstar.
Yep.
And Ada's gone all fucking nervous since the Sydney trip. And I have, and you have, forked out for this flight to go on Thai Airways. Now, albeit because of his situation.
Hang on, can I let the listeners know of my generosity?
Can I? Do you have to always just jump in there? So
I get emotional about this.
Oh my god! So he's gone. Okay, so he's gone to me. Listen, like Steve-O, like just I can't do it right now. I've got some points on Thai Airways on what's it called? We'll give them a plug. The Orchard.
Royal Orchard. Yeah. So I'm
a Royal Orchard app.
So I'm like a frequent flyer.
Yeah.
So this might give you an idea of how many times I've been over there. I had enough points.
Yeah, had enough points to get it.
Yeah, to get
one ticket.
One ticket. Yeah.
One ticket. So what we did, and out of his generosity,
exactly.
that he bought a ticket and got one free, and we went halvies in the ticket, right?
Yeah.
And that's generosity, but also he knows I've paid and he's paid for a ticket to Thailand on Jetstar. So we're throwing that ticket away because, you did ring or you did contact them to try and get your money back.
And they said no.
So we're now going Thai Airways to Thailand. And I know you've told me this before. Coming back, you're not worried because if it means another night in potato, it's all good, mate.
I think I've told that
Jetstar's fine on the way home.
I've told that story about that time that happened to us 2 nights.
Yeah.
The first night we just stayed at the hotel. The second night I said to me, mate, we're going back down to patio. One more night.
So coming back home, not a problem.
Coming home, I don't mind. I don't mind. Anyway.
All right, so
that's where we're at. So we're now leaving. We were supposed to leave on the Saturday afternoon, the 22nd, but we're actually leaving midnight Friday. 11:30 Friday night. So we'll arrive in
almost
Bangkok.
Midnight. So
Bangkok 6 a.m. Saturday the 22nd.
And I'm going to have to try and take a photo of you in the plane.
Yep.
With the I don't know what you want to call it, the cushion that you're going to...
Yeah.
The sleeping cushion that you bought.
Yeah.
It's not like a lot of you guys will probably know that you go on planes, you see people with those little sausage things around their neck, right?
No, it's not a neck
what he's
pillow.
got, what Ada's got, is he's got this thing that you actually put between your stomach and your legs and your chest area, and you put your arms through it, and you lean on it and sleep in it.
You rest it on your tray table, and there's a hole for your face, and you lean because I can't sleep backwards on the planes. I cannot do it. I always end up leaning on my sleep on.
You know what's going to happen?
My tray table.
I'm going to curse you. I'm going to curse you now.
Why?
You're going to do that. You're going to just fall asleep, and someone's going to go to the toilet because you're on the aisle seat.
Nah, but I've got the middle, so they can go the other way.
I thought you had the aisle seat.
Yeah, the aisle, but in the middle row.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know where I booked, where I put it.
No, you might be lucky then.
Yeah.
Unless they might bump you because the other one's asleep as well.
And you can also get a photo.
Just your luck. Because you're a Jetstar flyer.
A photo of me with my knee-high compression socks.
Are you going to put them on as well?
I have to. I have to. My feet swell up.
Fair enough.
Anyway,
there you go.
Enough of our bullshit.
Oh yeah. Anyway, so
that was totally unplanned, completely improvised.
Because someone mentioned the word Jetstar.
That 10 minutes
got him going.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Well, we want to do a few shout outs.
Yeah. So today we're just going to we've actually we've got
a really big story from someone, but we'll read that later.
We've got some guys who've contacted us and So we're just going to read out some listener emails and whatnot. We got one from now I don't know if I'm allowed to use full names or whatever.
Oh, I think you use the first name.
Yeah, well, this is from Paul from Vancouver. If you're listening, Paul, thanks very much for your email. And he says, "Hey guys, I just discovered the podcast and really enjoy it. I just got back from a month in patio this February, March 2023. Have been also in 2016, 2018 and 2019 and have been to Thailand 10 times in total. I've had some crazy times, as you can imagine, and look forward to future episodes." Paul from Vancouver. Thanks, Paul. Thank you very much for the feedback. We appreciate it. We get pretty excited when we get emails.
Yeah, absolutely.
We text each other from across town. Hey, you got an email?
Yeah. Someone messages us on TikTok.
Yeah. And also, actually, so in case, I think we've mentioned it, but we're on TikTok as well. We have it so far. We don't have that much content. We've uploaded stuff we've got from the past.
Yeah, I know, because we started and we're just really using historical stuff that we've got. But yeah,
but we have pinned a little video of us too. So if you want to put faces to the names, you can check out our TikTok, Patio Down Under.
Yeah.
And one of the guys commented, Elvis. We've actually shouted out to Elvis before. He sent us an email in the early days. He mentioned maybe doing a podcast on beaches. So that's given us an idea. Maybe in the future we will do something on beaches. Now, it won't be patio related. We will touch on some of the beaches around patio, but
not going to touch the actual beach because it's disgusting when you put your feet in.
Yeah. So we'll, and also maybe I can share experiences of other parts of Thailand I've travelled. Yeah. Again, we're off topic, but it'll be a good podcast when we start running out of content. So, thanks for that, Elvis. It's a good idea, Elvis. I think we'll do something like that. And we also got an email from Nick. Sorry, I'm just getting myself sorted. Nick V. Thanks for the email, Vic. Nick. Vic. I'm getting confused. Short and sweet, but he's come up with a good idea. I think we're going to probably do this podcast in the next episode, or depends. We may have a special guest.
Yeah, we do have a special guest, so we're just trying to work out which one.
So this might be out in the next week or two. We'll see.
Yeah, so we might be doing the guest and then talk about what you're about to mention.
Yeah, but Nick says, "Hey guys, love the podcast. I hear you talking a lot about YouTube bloggers.
Yeah.
Why don't you talk about your favourite ones so we can watch too?" So,
okay.
I have been watching and listening to YouTube bloggers, vloggers, whatever you want to call them, for a long time, probably close to 10 years now.
Yeah.
We've probably got a bit of content. We could probably talk about that. I know years ago, anyone who is in the Thai vlogging community or has been for long enough will know. Vloggers such as Kevin Thailand, and there was a lot of drama going on back in the day. So we'll talk about that. I think that'll make up a good part of a podcast. But Steve-O doesn't have a lot of experience with YouTube vloggers. He checks out some here and there, has a bit of a look.
Look at some here,
but he doesn't know much about the history.
I'm just busy as an aider
because he's a newbie. He doesn't know all about the history. So you'll hear a lot of my voice in that vlog. So I think for the story that we got from Jason sent in a story.
A good story,
and he reckons he's got a few, and I'm sure everyone has. So,
and he even says in here that it's not necessarily a Pattaya story.
No,
but they do end up in Pattaya in the story. So
it's Bangkok.
It's Bangkok.
It's red light district Bangkok.
Yeah, so it's same thing.
They go hand in hand. So I will mention though that this email did come with some photos, but
we can't. We're not. We've been asked not to. But I will
ask for us to be discreet.
But I will tell Jason.
Interesting.
He can take photos.
Yeah, and they are interesting subjects in the photo.
Well, let's read the story and then people know what we're talking about.
So over to you, Steve-O. You can read this. It's a bit of a long story, but
thank you, Jason, for this. This is really good.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
Jason did say he's going to send a few more through.
Yeah, this is like I've said it before. Where our initial content was talking about Pattaya and do's and don'ts and where to go and what to do and all that crap. But I knew we were going to run out of content eventually, so we want to keep going. And this is exactly what I want to do.
After.
So thanks, Jason. That's really good.
So I'll read his email. So, hey fellas, wanted to start by congratulating the pair of you on a great initiative. We're definitely lacking some homegrown Aussie content of what many of us call our second home, Pattaya, Thailand. I'm a Thailand veteran with over 20 trips in the last 10 years and would love to share some stories over the next few weeks. My first story, however, is Bangkok related, but we'll expand into some potatoes as well.
Yep.
This Bangkok story is a banger and is too funny not to share. I'll do my best to convey it as accurately as I can for you to read out to the listeners. The occasion was a work-related junket in Bangkok for 5 days with another 4 days tacked on to the end in Pattaya. The group was a mixture of regulars and a couple of first-timers. The most prominent first-timer was a fellow named Bill, and I already love Bill.
Yeah, I know.
Love Bill.
Billy Boy, as
Billy
he calls
Boy,
him.
Billy Boy.
Boy.
A Chinese-born Aussie who had zero experience in the red light side of life. Bill, in general, lived a pretty boring and sheltered life. Bill's a photography nut, so he pretty much planned to walk the streets at night and do some night photography for the week. On a scale of 1 to 10 in adult fun experiences, Bill was a 2 at best at the start of the trip. On the first night, the boys had plans to initiate a few of the newbies. Once dinner was finished, a bunch of us headed over to Nana Plaza.
Yep.
Okay.
We're staying, we're that one night we have in Bangkok, we're just down the road from Nana Plaza.
Right, okay. I might stop a few times because I don't...
Yeah,
I went to Bangkok once, basically.
Yeah.
I know,
Look,
twice for work. And
I don't know Bangkok.
And I don't know
that
the
well
area
either.
that well.
I know. I just sort of know of it. So, yeah.
Nana Plaza for some first night drinks and a few laughs.
I'm here to help, mate.
Yeah, it's all right. Thanks, mate. About an hour into the night, we'd noticed Bill was nowhere to be seen. Being a virgin traveller in the city of Bangkok, we had some worries. But after a few messages being sent out, he replied to say he'd found a beautiful Japanese Korean-looking girl, and he was convinced by her to go back to his hotel room.
Can I just interrupt you for a second?
Yeah.
This is not related to the story, but you're holding the paper up in front of that camera, so yeah.
That's probably good.
We're doing a bit of filming.
We're
filming
not
for
used
TikTok.
to this.
Maybe try and get something up on YouTube.
I'm
so,
not used to this.
so he's literally
I'll
holding.
do it like this. Okay.
Anyway, sorry. Keep going.
It's all good. It's all good. We were relieved and quite surprised. Bill had acted so fast, but we all knew he'd have a night to remember. So let him be. So we let him be and carried on with our own fun. The following morning, we all met down in the restaurant area for breakfast, where we shared stories and had a good laugh about the night just gone. Mid-breakfast, Bill appears in the restaurant and comes to sit down with a sheepish look on his face. So now, when I was reading this, I started thinking already.
I knew what had happened.
I knew what was going on.
Absolutely. And I reckon a lot of the listeners probably know
already
where
know
this is going too.
I asked Bill how his night went, and he paused for a second before he answered and thought about whether he would kiss and tell. Eventually, we got him to open up. Bill described the girl beautifully and commenced giving us a summary of his night. He explained how she asked him to take a shower as soon as he got into the room and to come out of the bathroom naked. So this is exactly what he did. He then told us how he was greeted with an amazing set of breasts, and within 30 seconds he enjoyed a very satisfying blowjob. Well done, Bill. So far, well done, Bill.
Yeah.
Then his face turned a little sour as he proceeded to tell us the next part of the story. She began to fully undress, and when she removed her lingerie, her penis became visible. We all started pissing ourselves laughing and asked, what happened next? Bill said, "What's that?" pointing at her cock. He then instantly followed that up with, "Cover up and put that away."
I'll tell you, credit to Bill. Like, he just came out and told the boys what happened. Like, good on him.
Yeah, good on him.
Because I just would have been, I don't know if I could have, I don't know. He's done well. Good on you, Bill.
Jason goes on to say, Bill is a crafty thinker and thought he'd try something different. Instead of, he thought, how best to turn this into a positive situation. So after some conversation, he explained to the girl he was a great photographer and he'd like to do a photo shoot of her. Somehow he convinced her to agree, and he told us how he managed to adapt the lighting in the hotel room well enough to conduct a professional photo shoot for his newfound friend. And I have to say, they are really nice photos. You've done a good job.
Yeah, oh, yeah, they are, yeah.
He opened his iPhone and showed us some of the pics he'd taken, and we were all pretty surprised at his talent. We all had a great laugh and began sharing all our stories with each other. The next 3 nights, we went to the typical red light places, nightclubs, etc. Even a Nuru massage joint. Now, what is Nuru?
That's, I think it's like it's an erotic massage. I think they use the body and, rub the body in certain parts. And I think
right.
there's some kind of an oil. I don't know. I've heard of it, but I don't know exactly what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I will Google it. Keep going.
Okay. Over the next 3 nights, even a Nuru massage joint. I was chatting with Bill, and he confided in me that since his ladyboy experience, he's struggling to get it up. Over the last 3 nights, he bar-fined a girl from Spanky's Nana Plaza a short time and couldn't get hard. On the way back, he met a cute freelancer on Soy 4 and even went offered bareback sex. He was still struggling to get an erection. So feeling sorry for him, I said, tonight's our last night. night 5 in Bangkok. So I'll help him find his dream girl and get it all sorted. We headed back to Nana Plaza as it was close to our hotel and made our way straight to Rainbow 4. Now, do you know anything about
No, I don't
Okay,
know.
cool.
No.
The girls were all over us as we'd been pretty generous the last few nights. I grabbed a few girls and told them my friend Bill was struggling with erection problems and he needed help to get back on track as we needed him prepped for Pattaya, which is, well done, Jace. That's very smart. So the girls did their thing and really molested him in the back corner. But all of this didn't help. I still remember his despondent face looking over at me with big thumbs down from across the floor.
Yeah, not good.
So 5,000 baht or so wasted, and I went over to Bill and said, "Your fucking cock is cursed, mate. You need to reverse the curse. Follow me." So I grabbed Bill, thanked the ladies in Rainbow, and walked straight into the Ladyboy bar just at the top of the stairs in Nana Plaza on level 1. Now, I know nothing about curses. So
Sorry.
this part, as I was reading, and I'm sitting here going, what are you going to do in a lady bar to reverse the curse?
Well,
Anyway,
yeah.
we'll keep going. I
Read
sat
on.
him down and gathered all the girls around. I found the one who spoke the best English and pulled her aside. I told her my friend Bill had an experience with a ladyboy recently, and since then he's not been able to come or get hard. I told her I need.
Did you say come or get hard?
Come or get
yeah,
hard.
righto.
I told her I need him sorted out in the best way they know how. She totally understood and shared my message with the new team of ladyboys standing in front of us. I went back over to Bill, surveyed the girls in front of us and gestured you, and you, as I pointed to the 6 hottest of the ladyboys in the club. Here's 1,000 baht each. I want you to take care of this boy and do whatever it takes to make him feel happy and reverse his curse. Whoever Bill chooses will get 5,000 bahts I've just stuffed into his bum bag.
Ah.
Now that's incentive, mate.
Yeah, yeah.
Jason's a thinker here.
Oh, yeah.
That's incentive.
Yeah.
I'm going to get this curse done, reversed.
Yeah.
And he used money.
Well, hey.
Wow.
Money
Hey?
is king over there, isn't it?
Yeah. The girls pretty much all jumped him and started pampering Bill as they do. About 5 minutes later, I get a thumbs up from Bill, and he whispered to me that he's getting feeling in his cock again. In his cock again. I take that as a cue for me to leave, so I go off and enjoy my own fun. As it turns out, Bill finds the one and ends up taking Ladyboy number 2 back to his room. This time he did the deed and finished off with another photo shoot. At 5:31 a.m, I finally get the news I'm after. And there's a text message. Monday, 5:31, 6th of the 5th, 2019. Curse reversed. I love that. So Bill's first nights in Bangkok were bookended by 2 ladyboy experiences. The first night, which began the curse of no erections, then the last night, which we managed to reverse the curse. Once the curse was reversed, Bill took no prisoners in Pattaya and created some very memorable stories. Cheers, Jason. That was a cracking story,
Yeah, good.
Jace.
Yeah, I like
Seriously.
that.
That is
Good.
a great story.
Yeah, now Nuru massage. So yeah, it's I've just googled it. It's a form of erotic massage with full body contact, while both the masseur and masseuse or masseuse and client are nude and coated with gel. It's a gel, not an oil.
Right,
but it's a
okay.
special type of gel made from seaweed or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
There you go. That's what a
Yeah.
Nuru massage
Yeah.
is. So that was a great story, Jace. And to Bill, mate, you made the best of an interesting situation, I
Yes.
tell you.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure that second time when he said that he did his deed.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Oh, yeah. Really?
He took another photo?
Do I need to draw a picture?
It's okay.
He did his deed and planted the seed.
Yeah, okay. So anyway, but as long as the curse has been reversed, I love that.
Yeah.
So that was, that's a really good story. So I know, if you've got more, Jace, that's what we want to hear. And anyone else, that's the kind of thing we want to hear. Those are great stories to share because I can tell you there's going to be so many of those ladyboy style stories.
Yeah, I
There's
think so.
very unexpected. And I have to say, the photos that I saw that Jason sent through, I would not have guessed them as
No,
ladyboys.
well, no, you wouldn't. No.
Well, I mean, if you start talking to them and seeing their hands and up close, you might be able to.
The
But
photos don't show,
so the photos,
He's done well.
Bill did a great job. He's got some really good up close photos where everything's else blurry in the background and everything, and so you just see the parts he wants you to focus on. So he's done a really good job.
So and he wasn't wrong. There were some nice breasts.
Yes,
There were some very nice breasts.
So all good, good, very good story.
Yeah. So there you go. That's it. All right.
Not really.
No.
You said you've got a story.
I've got a couple of stories. They're just short stories. They come to me every now and then. I think I might have told one of these. Look, I've written them down, but I reckon I may have told this one before about when I was in Phuket and the girl left her motorbike key behind. Have I told
No, not that one.
So, so I was in Phuket. I've probably have told this story before. I feel like I have, but I've told it to a million different people, so who knows if I've said it on here. In Phuket, the one time we went to Phuket for 7 days, and I was in the Tiger Bar. So I was drinking in the Tiger Bar, and this girl, I was chatting to this girl, and I was, I hit her up about the bar fine and that. She goes, no, don't worry. She said, I finish in a couple of hours. Just wait for me to finish so you don't have to pay the bar fine. I was like, oh, that's a fair indication that the girl's into you, that she likes you. So I thought, oh, that's all right. So anyway, she's finished work, and I had my mate with me, and she goes, oh, come on, let's go. We'll go play some pool. You want to play some pool? There was a pool hall, like a 24-hour pool hall or something down the road. I can't remember. So the three of us jumped on her bike. Three of us crammed. Smitty, he's a big bloke too. Right off to the pool hall, played pool for half an hour or so, whatever. It was fucking bedtime, so I went back and went to bed. Anyway, we get into bed, and I've sort of reached over and made my move, and she's like fucking cracked the shits and like, oh, don't touch me, get off me. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck's going on? Oh, no, fucking carrying on. Oh, fuck, all right, whatever. So I went to sleep. Oh, whatever, I've nodded off, and then wake up in the morning. We both sort of wake up and, having a bit of a chat and sort of think, oh, I've got to have another crack here. Last night she was probably pissed. She was tired. So I've gone to fucking have another crack, and she's told me again, like, no, it's not going to happen. I said, what's your fucking problem? I said, well, fucking all this fucking, last night and, So we sort of had a bit of an argument. She just got up and stormed out. I was like, oh, fuck, that was weird. So in my head, I'm actually thinking she's probably on the Yaba. The Yaba's like that. It's like a methamphetamine they have over there, and it makes them fucking crazy. So I thought maybe she's on the fucking Yaba or something. Fuck it, she's a weirdo. So off she went, no worries. So I lay in bed for another hour or so, and I get up, talk to the boys, we'll go get some breakfast or something. Yeah, no worries. So I grab wallet and grab my motorbike keys, and I go grab my keys. I go, fuck, there's another set of keys there. She's fucked off and left her motorbike behind. So I've grabbed the keys and I've gone out to the boys and I go, fuck, and she's left her motorbike, and my mate's gone, fucking grouse. I go, no. I said, no.
Oh, he was going to take it.
Yeah, he wanted to just use it. I said, no. Because there is a movie called Trouble in Paradise, something in Paradise. I'll just quickly, it's a Vince Vaughn and Joaquin Phoenix are in it, and some other guy, and Anne Hesh. So the three guys go on a holiday to, I think it's Malaysia. And they're just young blokes partying. They're doing drugs. Obviously, they shouldn't be, but they're doing drugs, just hash and stuff like that. Anyway, Joaquin Phoenix, I think his character, they're due to leave, due to go back home to America, and Joaquin Phoenix's character decides he's going to stay behind. And they had this little bungalow thing, right? But the day before they left...
I remember this movie.
Yeah, the day before, Trouble in Paradise or something. Anyway, the day before they left, they borrowed a push bike from one of the old villages near where they were staying, this old bloke. Anyway, they trashed the push bike, they fucking threw it down a hill, down the mountain, because it was fucked. They crashed it. These two blokes have gone home. A day or so later, a couple of days later, the police have come to look for the bike because the old guys called the police. Yeah. They've gone through the bungalow and they found some hash. Anyway, long story short, they go to jail, and the movie's about them in jail and what happens. It's a true story. But anyway, back to Phuket. So I've had this vision of that movie. I've gone, there's no fucking way I'm going to steal a bike and end up in fucking prison.
And cops come looking for you.
Not that I had drugs or anything, but end up in prison. There's no way I'm going to fucking do that. So I said, mate, no.
It's not Australia.
I'm hanging on to these keys. I'm going to go back to the bar tomorrow night. Anyway, so she's done that. So I've got the keys. Anyway, we were walking the street that night, just walking down Bangla Road, and her friend have come the other way.
Oh, just right.
Randomly, yeah.
Right.
And she see me, and had the keys on me because I was going to go to the bar later. And she see me, and she's, oh, hey, how you going? Oh, I said, hey, I've got your motorbike keys. And she goes, oh, I thought I lost them. I don't know. And she was, oh, come on, come with me. We'll go to the bar. Again, all over me, right?
And then
I was like, oh, obviously she really appreciates what I've done, and now things are going to go the way I thought they would go. No, she did the same thing.
She went all funny on you again.
She hung out with us all night. She was all over me. Went back and, just fucking had a meltdown and stormed out again, this time with her keys. Yeah. And I was like, there's 2 fucking nights I've wasted
With her.
with her. Like, fucking weird, man. She was a fucking crazy. I reckon she was on the drugs for sure. She just was acting very strange.
Yeah.
Very strange.
Well, I mean, look, there's we've talked about this before, where some of these girls have bad experiences just like we do.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I don't know, maybe something she saw in that night, and she thought, no, nothing's going to happen here, not a chance.
I don't know.
Got her drinks out here, and then
What could she have seen? Have you fucking seen me? Have a look at me. Have a look at me.
people will see you, and they might make their own judgment call now.
I forgot about the cameras.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Remember the paper? You're telling me.
Yeah, that was strange. Yeah, I had
So there
another
you
girl. I was one time I was going over there. I thought I'll make a preemptive strike, and I might fucking just get on Thai Friendly from here, and maybe find some girls and tee up something. So I met one girl on Thai Friendly, very attractive young girl, and within minutes of chatting, I got her line ID and everything. Started chatting online. And she's bombarding me with photos, very, very explicit photos of her.
Right.
And I was like, fuck, she's keen, fucking. And the photos were pretty good photos and very explicit, if you get me.
I think I get you.
Yeah. Anyway, so she's and she's all fucking like really keen and that. And I reckon it would have been 2 days before I was due to leave. She's sending me messages going, when are you coming? I said, in 2 days, whatever. She goes, I might not be here. I said, oh, really? Why? She goes, I might have to go back home because my rent's due and I can't afford to pay my rent. What do you think she was fishing for?
Yeah, I know, but
Yeah. And I said, oh, okay. Well, fuck it.
but hang on, she could make more money if she stayed than going back home.
Yeah. But anyway, so I said to her, that's all right. I said, we'll spend a few days together. I'll give you some cash and you can, because that's how it works. And you can, no, I need it now. I said, yeah, no, I'm not sending it to you. Yeah. And then she fucking cracked the shits with me, and I was like, yeah, sorry, I'm not falling for that one.
Yeah.
So anyway, I told her, fuck off, not interested. And then, so I've mentioned the Billabong bar, yeah?
Yes.
How I frequent the Billabong bar.
Yes.
Yeah, so arrived a few days later on my trip from, in Thailand for my trip.
And what was one of your don'ts?
What?
Not pick up girls in Billabong?
But I've walked up to the Billabong and there she was.
I
didn't know. She worked at the Billabong bar.
Have I met this one?
No.
Okay.
This is a long time ago.
Right, okay.
But I didn't recognise her at first. But I remember sitting at the bar and just sort of looking across, and across the bar there was a girl, like death stares, giving me death stares.
It was
and
her.
I only glanced at her and I've just gone, sort of looked away and I'm thinking, is she fucking staring at me? What? Do I know her? I don't remember her. And I've looked back at her and I've had a good look and I've gone, oh, that looks like that girl.
Yeah.
Because she was video calling me and everything. Like she was really, but obviously just looking for
Cash.
And then I was like, oh fuck. And because we know people in there, I was okay with it. Fast forward a few days later, I actually started talking to her because I went up to her and I said, I thought you were supposed to go home because you couldn't pay your rent. Because I called her out on her lie. And then she realised I'd caught her out, and it's all about saving face there. So she sort of made light of the situation. So anyway, I ended up bar finding her anyway.
Wow.
Yeah. And that kind of a thing did not stop talking for 24 hours straight. She did not shut the fuck up.
So was it a good experience or a bad experience?
She was all right in the sack.
Oh, okay.
But
because that's what's important.
yeah, well, but it was the whole girlfriend experience. So
yeah. She felt like a real girlfriend then. So she really gave you the experience.
This particular time I stayed at Ouple the Place in Soi Lenki, and we were in the pool, and I had anyone who knows Ouple the Place, I had one of the ground floor rooms that surrounds the pool. So her and I, go for a swim. Yep, let's go for a swim. She's cracking body. So jump in the water and we're swimming around. We're just sort of leaning up against the edge of the pool, facing away from the pool, looking into our room where my room was.
Yeah.
So I'm sort of looking at my room and, we're sort of chatting, and she looks up and she goes, this is your room, yes? I said, yeah, this is where, yeah. She goes, oh. And she's looking around, she goes, my friend, she have customer and he stay in this room here. and when they sleep, he have heart attack and he die in there. Oh, thanks, cunt. Thanks for that.
Oh, what a story.
Thank you very much. I said, yeah, really? She goes, yes, I think this is the one here. I go, fucking good on you. So anyway, I took her to the movies. And I still remember the movie. You watched Dunkirk,
Yes.
that war movie Dunkirk?
Yep.
And she spoke the whole way through.
Oh, my God.
Anyway,
Oh, that would have done my
needless to
thing.
say, I fucking ditched her the next day. She was
I
she was a
can't.
freaking nightmare.
If I'm at the movies, I'm there to do something in particular. Watch a
movie, yeah, I can't stand it.
And watching it also involves listening to it.
Yeah. And I didn't want to shush her, but I did. I shushed her.
You had to eventually.
Yeah. Oh, she was so annoying, that girl.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I can't handle that. If
Yeah.
someone's talking to me in the movie, I've got to come,
Yeah.
dude,
Yeah.
can we talk after?
Yeah. I was going to say we've got all day, but I was going to ditch her straight after the movie. So we didn't have all day. Get it all out now. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a funny story.
Another one, I remember I bar fined a girl. It was my first trip over there. And same thing, she was, keen and happy and, she was, bar fine. And went back to the hotel, back to the room. And, you fucking, you start to make your moves and that. And she goes, oh, no, sorry, I can't. So what do you mean? She goes, I have a boyfriend. I said, what? I have a boyfriend.
What are you doing with me then?
Yeah. I said, are you serious? I said, you want to be careful. You're lucky I'm not some fucking psycho, because what you're doing now, some bloke could fucking lose his shit and rape, bash, fucking toss you out the door. So I let her stay the night, but first thing next morning I took her back to the bar and I told...
Don't tell me she asked for money.
No, I didn't give him. Oh, she did, but I didn't give it to her.
Right.
Actually, I dropped her off at home. I dropped her off at her apartment and she got off and stood there and I said, I'm not giving you a cent. You're not getting anything from me. No way. Because she literally physically put her hand out. And I went, nah, you're not getting anything. So I took off and then I went back to the bar that night. And
So was she a bar girl at that bar?
yeah.
Right.
So
Did you mention it to anyone?
So it wasn't the mama's son. It was I think she might have been a cashier at the time, someone we know very well.
Mm-hmm.
Cashier at the time, I went in and she goes, I walk in and this girl was, I can't remember if she was pissed when I got there or if I can't remember, but the cashier says to me, oh, no, yeah, how'd you go last night? I said, not actually, I'm not too happy actually, this and that happened. And she goes, what? And then she fucking went over and saying, blah, 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 and started having a go at the girl. Anyway, as the night wore on, I think this girl was probably pissed off and she was drinking and she got pissed. And she started making a scene. And I remember the cashier fucking grabbing her by the hair and dragging her out of the bar and throwing her out in the street, telling her and screaming at her in Thai. I don't know what she was saying. And the rest of my holiday, my trip, I never saw her there.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
You'll have to tell me. You'll have to tell me who that is later.
Well, you can imagine who it is.
I think I know who it is. Yeah.
So, because what she'd done is she had shamed the mama's son and the cashier.
Yeah,
It's all about saving face there, and she embarrassed him.
But they don't like that.
No.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, that wasn't good. Wasn't good at all.
We haven't done too much. I might tell that story that I've wanted to tell.
I don't know which one.
I'll change the names, and once I tell the story, you'll work out who everyone is and what the story is.
Yeah.
And it was when you had left.
Uh-huh.
And he already knows the story.
I'm actually thinking of going in the kitchen and getting a drink because I've got secondhand embarrassment. You telling this story.
So I went to this bar that we used to frequent, and I'd eyed off this girl before, and on a previous trip, if you remember. And I said, oh, gee, she's all right. And the next night I said, let's go back. I wanted to bar fine her, right? This was in August.
So this was...
So I met her in August, but she was... That first night I saw her, I was already with somebody else. So I went back I wanted to go back and get her the next night.
When you said you're going to change names, I didn't realise you weren't going to mention names at all because I don't know what I haven't
started with the names yet. So I'm going to call the girl Natalie.
Yep.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
So Natalie was we went one night and she was there, and I was with Mandy.
Yeah, I'm with you.
You know what I'm doing, don't you?
I know exactly what you're doing.
So Mandy was with me and Natalie was there, and so the next night I said, let's go back. I want to have a crack at Natalie. And apparently that night when we left, she'd been bar fined by somebody else.
Yep.
So this was in August. So then when we went back in January, I wanted to try and find her, and I did. But it was near the end of my trip. It was only
And I'd gone. I went
already
home
gone.
a couple of
I
days
think I
before
had
you.
2 more nights there.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So I went back, and there she was, and I said hello to her, bought her a drink, and it was still early. It was only like 6:30 at night.
Just can I intervene at the point of this story where I get involved?
I'll give you the cue.
Yeah,
You can talk, right? So mate, Natalie, I said, yeah. I said, and I said, look, I haven't had dinner yet. Do you want to come out for dinner? And she goes, okay. So she goes, you have to bar find me. I've gone, oh, what? Just for dinner? I said, I'm going to come back.
You're such a newbie.
I know. And she goes, yeah. I said, oh, okay.
Oh, is that how it works?
That's all right, fair enough. So I bar find it. And then when we were leaving, Natalie's boss, the brother,
Yep.
you know the
Yep.
and I can't remember his name, but doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
She goes, oh, he wants something to eat. Can you buy him something to eat? Takeaway and bring it back.
Yep.
I said, yeah, no worries, it's fine. So we went off, had a nice dinner, came back with this takeaway meal and whatever.
Yep.
Anyway, then we got back to the bar, and then we started mucking around, and she wanted to play some pool. And we had a few drinks, and I was really getting cozy with her and thinking, she's all right, I don't mind. And then some friends of hers turned up, right? So there was I think, I'm not sure if he was an old customer
Okay,
who had his own girl with him, or seriously just a friend. I
do remember this,
So he rocked up, and his partner wasn't Thai though. His partner was German or something or other.
Yeah, right.
Right? So he turned up, and then she's carrying on with this guy a lot, right? And the lady. So the 3 of them and I was having a real good old time. And I'm just sitting there, I'm watching, I'm like, did I just disappear? What happened to me? And then she's going, and she starts playing pool, and she did a great shot. She started walking towards me with a hand up in the air to do a high five. And I've gone, oh, well, she walked right past me, went to that guy and gave him a high five. And I'm just standing there like this. I'm like, oh, I look like a fucking idiot. I look like an absolute dead set idiot. And I just put my hand down and going, that's fucked.
That's funny.
That is fucked.
I wish I was there.
That is fucked. So I've gone, fuck this.
Do you want me to give you a high five now? Just
and I called that girl from previous night.
Mandy.
And Mandy's gone, yeah, I'll come, no problem. So she came, and she sat next to me. So when she sat next to me, I told her, I said, I don't want to go with you again. I don't want this girl. She's like, I just feel like shit now.
Because Mandy gave you your brown wings, yeah?
Anyway, Mandy did, yes. So then I said, all right, so I told her. So she went up to they said something in Thai.
Yeah.
And she got a bit funny.
Yeah.
But then said, oh, okay, whatever kind of thing, like, and then started smiling, and grabbed a drink and did the cheers with me and whatever. And then, whatever. And then, I don't know what happened after that, why it all went pear-shaped. But the next thing you know, Yolanda came. I'll call her Yolanda.
Yep.
But we've got to play on words there.
I got you.
Right?
Yep.
And I couldn't think of anything else.
Yep.
Nothing else made sense. So Yolanda came, fobbed me off.
Yep.
Fobbed Mandy off.
Yep.
And fobbed Natalie off.
Yep.
And just sat there with her boyfriend.
Yeah, fuck
and
it.
Yep. And and I'm just sitting there going, I go up to her, what's wrong? She's like, she keeps turning away from me. She just wouldn't look at me, wouldn't do anything.
Yeah.
And I've gone, what the fuck? Now, I don't know. Obviously, there's a lot being said in the background on messaging, right?
Probably, yeah.
Line was going frenetic.
Yeah, it would have been.
Right?
Yep.
And I'm just sitting there going, I don't even know what's going on anymore, right? And I was like, I got to go to the toilet anyway. So I went to the toilet. Now, I came back, and Mandy was gone, and Natalie was gone, and Yolanda was gone.
Yeah, right.
Now, and I've just sat there going, what on earth?
So you got ghosted times 3.
I don't know. Something weird just happened, right? And then the owner, right, came over with one of the ladyboys that we mentioned once before.
Yes,
right?
yep.
And they both had a drink with me. But
Yep.
no one still had turned up or anything.
Mm.
And that's when I thought, I don't know, something's wrong.
That lady boy, Nigel.
Yeah, Nigel. Yes, that's good. See?
I'm with you.
Yeah, good work. And I just said, so I rang you.
Yes.
Right. So now this is where I ring you.
Yeah, you ring me.
And I said, this is what's just happened.
Yeah, this is what's
pretty
going
much
on.
In the middle of the night, swapped girls.
Yeah. And I
Right.
said, what the fuck are you thinking? It's the one thing I told you not to do. I said, best you fucking check bin, pay up, and fuck off and go home. Just go home.
So I
and
did.
No, you fucking didn't.
No, I went back and I did.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
But
I,
then-
I check binned
But that wasn't the end of the...
and I left.
Oh, but that's right.
And then someone kept calling me.
Mandy.
Mandy kept chasing me down, going, "Where did you go?"
And she was crying. You made
Yes.
her cry? Even
Well-
made him cry. No, you've done well.
Hang on.
Good
hang
stuff.
on. She knew which hotel I was in.
Yeah.
So I said, no, look, just, I think it's tonight. We just finished for the night. Don't worry about it. I've obviously caused enough trouble. Don't worry about it. Let it go, right? But I got to my hotel room and there she's waiting for me in the foyer. And I've gone, oh, what do I do here? Jesus.
So you fucked on the arse again.
Let me finish the story. I walked in and she's crying. And I've gone, why are you crying? Oh, I never, I really like you. And I think she was actually genuine, to be honest. I don't think she was, I think she was really genuine because she had some bad experiences. And I think she just found someone she thought is actually a good person and was trying to latch on.
Yeah. But all that
And
time,
I was telling
all
her-
that time she did have a boyfriend overseas.
I know. I didn't know that at the time, though, did I?
But in saying that, they have... Because I got to know her situation very well.
Yes.
And they have a very sort of, let's say, open relationship. He does what he does. She does what what she does, and it's all good. Anyway, keep going.
So she didn't want to go home. She didn't want to. And I'm, all right, come up the room then. We'll go to sleep. And it was probably about 11 o'clock by this stage, so it wasn't really late as far as Pattaya is concerned.
Do you know? I still remember. You were wearing a white T-shirt that night, weren't you? I still have a vision of you on my fucking phone.
Was I wearing white?
Pissed, and me going, go the fuck home. Just fucking go home.
I went upstairs and, had another shower.
Anyway, okay.
And then she left the next morning, right? And then our friend contacted me and rode from wherever she was to where I was, and next door was a bar, and she knew the owner.
Mm-hmm.
So we went in there and had a drink, and she told me off.
Was that next door to where you were staying?
Yeah, Travelodge.
That bar is called...
The bar next door to Travelodge?
Yeah, that's the one. It's actually got... they make really good pizza there. It's one of the places I've marked on our Google Maps for pizza.
Can't remember any pizza.
Yeah.
It was just a little bar.
It's something. Starts with K.
Don't know. Anyway, then she had an absolute crack at me.
Yep.
Now, this is the one we always talk about. She's our sister, right? So she's had a crack at me, and I just copped it on the chin.
Yeah.
And I apologised to her because it's all about face, as you said, right?
Yeah.
So I'd obviously somehow embarrassed someone. I don't even, still this day, I don't know who I embarrassed, but I embarrassed someone, upset somebody, I've embarrassed someone, and maybe her because she's kind of like our guardian in there, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
I guess it was because she feels that she looks after, she takes care of us. You didn't consult her on what you should do.
Yeah.
So she took offence, I think.
You know, my defence, and she's not here, my apologies, Yolanda, but I rang her 3 times before I rang you.
Yeah, old mate,
And
chock a block up her. That's why she was busy.
Well, what am I going to do? I need advice now. And anyway, so she had an absolute crack at me, and then I apologised to her, and we had a drink and whatever, and we hugged and kissed, and
Did you kiss her?
on the cheek.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Ada, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
See what happens when you get me upset? and anyway, so and she was all good with it after that, right?
Oh, well, all's well that ends well.
Yeah. Needless to say that when I did get back, I started talking to Natalie again. And
That's another story.
So many
I think
regarding Natalie.
You've touched on that already.
Yeah. No, I didn't touch her.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Anyway, all right. Well, we've bored you enough with our bullshit stories, but I reckon that's about it.
All right.
I think we've punched out a good 50 minutes. It
I
looks
think
like
so.
on the clock there. So
And again, thanks to everyone who sent us emails, stories, shout outs, and all that sort of stuff to congratulate us on what we're doing here, and we love that feedback. We enjoy doing this, so we're just these 2 guys who've been there and just enjoyed it and just want to talk about it, and I hope you keep enjoying it.
I was actually having a conversation with that special guest we mentioned.
Yes.
He's a mate of mine. I've known him since primary school or
Yeah, primary school.
grade school, whatever you want to
Yeah.
call it,
Oh,
wherever
yeah,
you
yeah,
come
yeah,
from in the
yeah.
world. Year 2, I was probably, 7 or 8 then, or whatever you are.
Yeah.
So I've known him a very long time. He's had a lot of experiences.
He's got a colourful background.
He has a very colourful background. And he's got a lot of experience in patios. He was a bar owner and all that. But we're going to get him in for a chat. But I was talking to him the other day about, geez, I just forgot what I was going to say.
About
I went off on a bit of a tangent.
being real.
Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah. And he was saying, I just said to him, I said, because he said, he goes, because he's listened to the podcast and he reckons, you guys he goes, you do it really well. He goes, I don't know what it is, but you're just doing it really well. He goes, I think it's the fact that you're just genuine. You're not trying to impress anyone. You're not telling bullshit stories.
No.
Because we talked about a lot of vloggers and that, they're a bit sus with their content. You don't know how genuine they are. Me personally, I don't know. I think it's hard to. Well, it might be hard to fake it on YouTube, but anyway. And we were talking about that, and I said, "Look, mate," I said, "People got to understand that our stories. We're just sharing our experience.
Yeah,
totally different experiences than other people.
Yeah,
and that's why we want you guys to send us your stories and let us know. We want to share experiences because." Like I've said it before, like my experiences, I've done 3 or 4 holidays in a row where I just get up, go to the bar, drink, and to be fucking eat, sleep, repeat.
Yeah.
So
but it's if everyone's different. For you, that works. That it gives you a break from reality. It gives you a break of your mundane, working, 9 to 5 or whatever it is you do, right?
Exactly.
So it's a great way to just have this R&R, wind down, get yourself all juiced back up again to go back to work and do another 6 months or whatever, and then go back up there again.
And that's what it was for me, especially the first few years after my divorce or separation, whatever. Like, the ex-wife, she was very difficult to deal with when it come to the kids and that, and money and everything. And twice a year I'd go over there for a couple of weeks, and it'd just be a reset. My mentality would reset, and I'd come back and fresh and take on all the bullshit again. And then 6 months later, it was time to refresh again.
Yes, that's right.
So yeah,
and that's why I started doing that. Mine was my first one was at the beginning of the year, and then it was about 8 months later. Then another one 4 months later.
Yeah.
And I was looking for the next one 5 months later. But
anyway.
So it was.
It's coming up in a couple of weeks.
But when that
3 years later,
I know. But when that didn't happen. I have to say it did hit me hard, like emotionally, because I'd sort of started, thinking I'm going to start doing this. This is great, I know I've got something to look forward to. So when that was not taken away, but it didn't happen, it was pretty hard. But we've only 2 weeks. Am I right? 2 weeks?
2 weeks away.
2 weeks away.
It would be 2 weeks and 1 day, but thanks to me, we changed the flight, so it's only 2 weeks away.
Only 2 weeks now. Oh, thank you, Ada.
No worries, mate. It's all right. I'll look after you.
Yeah, good on you. So,
all right.
I think
that's
it, guys.
For us to say goodbye.
Yep. Goodbye. And I guess don't forget.
Hang on, I'm not finished yet.
Oh, I thought you had finished.
I just want to say a quick shout out to Nick again. Stay tuned, mate. The
vlogger one's coming.
The vlogger one's coming.
At some stage. I'm not sure when we'll put it up. Once we do it, but because we've still got old mate coming to do the story.
So we'll see.
And I think you guys might really find this interesting because it's somebody who's been through a full experience.
Yeah.
So it might be interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Well then.
Love's just a bast all the way.
Love is just a bast.
That's what you wanted.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, guys. See you later.
Guys.
Bye.
See you later. Bye.